Now, we're still dealing with a criticism, but tonight we're going to speak about compliments. How much good it does to a child. And for everybody, not only a child, yes. So, nice words. Compliments and encouragement. This is like the dew that feeding the child. And that's will lift the child up. Tell me something. How pleasant is this to live in the house that you all the time hear only compliments? For example, you're such a wonderful kid. You're helping your Ima so nicely. I saw how did you been mevater to your brother. Very proud of you. Oh, the parents saying, I'm so happy that you have such a good midot, such a good character. What a mitzvah you have. Why. And how much nachas I have from you. Baruch Hashem. Tell me, who don't want to live in such a house?
It's a pleasure to live in that house.
Mamash
Right.
pleasure.
Right.
Mamash pleasure. Yes. So now, let's go to the Torah for a second. I'll bring a verse and we'll see. Very interesting. Soon enough, we're going to read about Moshe Rabbeinu and the Mishkan that he had, that he built. Now, when he went home from the Mishkan, everybody was by the door of the tent, each family, to see how he's coming out from the Mishkan and he's going to his tent, to his house. And they stood up for Moshe. Meaning, until he was not entering his own tent, everybody stood up. So now, Rashi is saying, why are they waiting to see how Moshe going inside his tent? You don't see his face anymore. Now you see only his back. So people are saying, the good people will say, probably the Shekhinah going with him from the Mishkan into his house. We can see, yes, a certain light on his face. But the Midrash is saying that some people, they were looking at Moshe and they saying to each other, look how heavy he got. He used to be skinny. He gained weight. Probably he is eating very well. From what? Probably the money that we donated to the Mishkan, he took part of it. Sounds familiar? It's not something that it's new. It's on the time of Moshe Rabbeinu. Right? And everything, he got heavy. He changed even his size. Why? Everything is because of us. He took our money. Whom are you talking about? To a person that talking to Hashem face to face. How can you say something like this? So now, some people stood there to see the Kedusha, and some people stood there to talk behind his back that he got heavier, and actually he's a thief. Same words, they look on the back of Moshe, right? You can interpret it to two opposites. Some will say we see the Shekhinah going with him, and some will say he gained weight. Why the Reshaim that's saying it? Why is they saying it? What's bothering them? Because they by themselves, they were thieves. And the Gemara says, Kol haposel bemumo posel. Whoever is saying to them, look what he's doing, look what this one is doing, well, look what this one is doing. Meaning he is like that also. He recognizes it. He can connect to it. So the tzaddikim, they connected to Kedusha of Moshe. And they waited until he went home to see, not to miss a second from the Kedusha. But the Reshaim, what did they look? So the tzaddik see in positive eyes, and the not tzaddik, he is looking in a negative eyes because he is like that. And he can relate to it. So, the not good people, I don't want to call them Reshaim. The not good ones, they always will see the negative side of a person. Even if you don't have it, they will find it. The tzaddikim, they always look at the good side of you. Because they good, he can relate to your good. The Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh saying, the Baal Shem Tov, when a person have good eyes, positive eyes, we call it, it's a sign that his neshama is good. His neshama is pure. And he can see only the good in other people. Because he is good. So good can connect to good. And the Chovot Alvavot that we're learning, He is saying the mouth is the pen of the heart. How do you know what's going on in people's heart? By the way that they talk. If you want to know who is the person, you want to know, start to talk to him. Start to talk to him. And you'll see all of a sudden that you don't need X-ray, and you don't need MRI, and you don't need a CAT scan. By the way that he talks, you know exactly who is the person. Pay attention to every word that's coming out. You know what's going on in the neshama. He's not going to be able to hide it. He's not going to be able to hide it. So now, if a person is successful to look in a positive eyes in his family and on the world that around him, he is testifying on himself that he is a good person. His neshama is pure because he sees only good. That's what he sees. So, when we want to say something to our kids, how are we talking? Are we coming from the positive side, or are we coming from the negative side? Okay. I can bring more and more stories from the Gemarot. Do you know who was the Rebbe of Rabbi Akiva? Whom did he learn from? He was a big Talmid Chacham. His name was Nachum Ish Gamzu. מה זה נחום איש גמזו? Whatever happened to him, he used to say, גמזו לטובה. Everything is for the good. Everything is for the good. גמזו לטובה. So they gave him a nickname. נחום איש גמזו. He's a person that always says, גמזו לטובה. But he was blind in his two eyes. Nachum Ish Gamzu was blind in two eyes. He didn't have two hands. He didn't have two legs. Could you imagine? Huh? No legs, no hands, no eyesight. And all his body was full of leprosy. They put his bed on a 4 bucket of water so the ants and everybody else will not crawl up to his bed because he was helpless. He couldn't do anything, laying on his bed. And his house was very shaky. So they came to him, they said, you know, the house will fall on you. You will die. He says, don't worry. As long as I'm here, the house will not fall. באמת, the moment that they took him out, the house fell. That's who he was. Tzaddik shebetzaddikim. Did not complain at all. Did not complain. Klum. But he was not like that. He was born with hands, with legs. He used to see what happened to him. What happened? And the students were asking him, Rabbi, you a tzaddik shebetzaddikim. Why are you like that? What happened? So he told them, I caused it to myself. It was my fault. What can you do already for such a crisis? What can you do? You're such a tzaddik. So he told them, one day I was walking to my father-in-law house, and I had 3 donkeys with me. On each donkey, I had something else. On one, I had food. On the other one, I had drinks. And on the third one, I had desserts. A poor man stopped me on the way. He says, can you give me some food? I'm hungry. Right away, he stopped and he was busy to untie the load so he can give him. He was not fast enough, and the poor man died on the spot. And when Nahum saw this, he said, my eyes that didn't have mercy on you, I'm asking Hashem to blind them. My hands that didn't have mercy on you, Hashem should cut them. My legs that were not fast enough, let Hashem take it away from me. And it did not come down from the trauma that the person died, and he was blaming himself. He said, I want Hashem to send on me a leprosy. I should stay like that. So the Talmidim told him, Oy va'avoy that we see you like that. So he said, no, Oy va'avoy if you will not see me like that. And everybody is asking, it was not his fault. Why he was so harsh on himself? He wanted to give him. So he said, Nahum Irish Gamzu, he felt that for his level, he didn't use the organs that Hashem gave him to do what Hashem wants him to do to feed this poor man. So he said, if I cannot do good for other people with these organs, I don't need it. It's a waste. Meaning all the organs that we got, Hashem gave it to us to do his wish. If you're gonna ask people, why do you have eyes? What will be the answers? No.
To see good in people.
Most people, what they gonna say? I need eyes. Why? I can go to work. I can read. I can learn. And I can go outside not to fall. And I can see my wife and my kids. And I can enjoy the creation. I need my eyes. But did you hear what he said? Everything is me and me and me and me. But the truth of the matter is that Hashem gave us eyes to see what our friend needs.
Oh, wow.
That's why Hashem gave us eyes. He gave us hands to see how can I help my friend with my hands, with my legs. All the other things is by the way. But this is the main issue. We came to the world for what? To give, to do good to other people, and to do chesed with people. And where the chesed starting? When chesed starts?
Your own family first.
Very good. Here's the answer. Here's the answer. So we have to look at what we have in the house, even if the kid is this and that. Doesn't he have something good to say about him? When was the last time that we mentioned something good that the child had?
Rav, excuse me. I know two women, each of them has two autistic boys. And they speak so beautifully about their children and they're so loving to them. Even in public, they just, they just treat them like they're unbelievable sons and they're so wonderful. And then I see people with healthy children and they're just not nice to them. It's just all the person's attitude or gratefulness. I don't know where, I can't figure out what's the difference in the people that, somebody with two autistic children, but they're very happy all the time. And when their sons are with them, they're just praising them and nice to them and treating them like they're amazing. Then you see the opposite.
Somebody told me a story. I don't know if it's the truth or not, but just the concept. He said that there is a school and a girl coming every day to school with a grandfather. The principal never saw the parents, only the grandfather. So one day, the principal was asking the grandfather, the girl is living with you? He says, yes. So the principal understood that the child is growing up by the grandparents, not with the parents. And he didn't get into details what happened to the parents. So the principal was a wise man. He said to the grandfather, I'll come. I want to make an appointment with you. I'll come to your house and let me see how can I help you with the girl. So he came, they starting to talk, and the principal asking the grandfather, what is your profession? Where are you working? The Saba says, I cannot tell you. Opa, why not? So he told him, I'm not curious. I really want to help you. So he told him, if I'll tell you what is my profession, are you going to promise me that you're not going to tell anybody? He said, you have my word. I will not say one word. And the Saba said, I'm a thief. This is my job. I am breaking into homes. How do I do it? I'll tell you how. I'm going to the printer and I see through the invitation that he makes, where is a wedding, who is the family, and by the day, I know that everybody is by the hall, so I go and I have all the time that I need, and I'm cleaning the house. And that's how I found my parnasa. The principal was stunned. I couldn't say a word. And the Saba continued to talk, and he's saying to the principal, by the way, you have a student in your school. The family name is Azrieli. Azrieli, he says. So he said, to them you have to help. Because when I broke to their house, I felt bad. It was so poor. The fridge was empty. They sleeping on the floor. Not only I didn't take anything, I left $200 on the table so they should have something to eat. The thief left money on the table. He felt bad for the family. So the principal told them, you have such a heart. You have such a Jewish heart. You're such a tzaddik. And that's how he left. In the morning, the Saba brought the girl back to the school, and he goes right away into the principal office. His eyes is full of tears. And he said to the principal, you cannot even imagine how I spent the night. I didn't sleep even 1 minute because of you. The words that you told me yesterday broke my heart. You called me a tzaddik. I'm a lowlife. I'm a thief. I cannot even look at myself in a mirror. I lost faith in myself. I say, I will never be good. I'm a lost case already. And you came, and all of a sudden you told me I'm a tzaddik. I have a good heart. After I told you that I'm a thief, you told me, no, you have a good heart. Three days passed, and the thief coming again into the office. And he's saying to the principal, you don't know what you did to me. I became unemployed. I cannot go anymore. I cannot go to steal anymore. The tzaddik that you call me, chasing me everywhere I go. The principal got up from his chair, was hugging the Saba. Both of them hugged each other. Few tears came out from each eye over there. So now the principal is saying to the Saba, he said, I promise you that this will stay among us. It will stay among us. But let me find you a job. I have few friends that can help you. I'll tell them that you are in a bad shape. I don't say who you are. Okay? If you don't mind. He said, no, it's okay. And I met the principal, fixed him up with a job, very well paid, very respectful job, and he became a mensch. Why? He told them two words. You have a good heart and you're tzaddik. If the story happened or not, Be'emet, I don't know. But the one who said it to me, said it with such a gishmak, as we say, you know. And that's the truth. Be'emet, that's the truth. You never know what good words can do to a person. So how can we save ourselves from arguments at home? Machloket at home. With what? Only positive. Yesterday, if you heard what I said, right? Did you hear what I said? You remember what I said about Rabbi Chia? The Gemara said he had a wife, very difficult wife, and the Gemara said it's difficult, she was difficult. But he saw only the good in her. with all the hell that she gave him, he was able to see the good. What? She's taking our kids to yeshiva, and we have kids, Baruch Hashem. He had 7 boys. Rav Chia buried in Tveria. Him is the 7 boys around him. Unbelievable. He saw only the good in his wife. He didn't see any bad side. What a person. So to all the parents over here, don't your kid have a good side? Why are we saying that the kid is a troublemaker? Why are we calling him lazy? Why are we calling him you disorganized, you clumsy? That's all he has? That's all he has. Before you say you disorganized and everything else, you say, you're such a tzaddik, you have such a good heart. We have so much nachat from you. Maybe with your good heart, maybe you want to help Ima to clean the table. I don't think that the child will say no. I doubt it very much. But how are we saying it to the child? Did you eat? Do you know how to eat? So now you have to know how to clean also. I'm not your mate. No. And then we become tachta. Why? Why? It good everywhere, even husband and wife. Some husbands or wives, they complain all the time. You come in late, and he said, why the house is a balagan? Why you always tired? That's all you have to say. So, why can't you say, you know, you're such a good cook, you're such a good ima, you're such a wife, you know, you'll be much better. I think if the atmosphere will get much better when the house will be, you know, organized, and you can do it. You're so capable. I know you can do it. So it sounds completely different. The approach, good eye, positive eye. Look for the good. Your husband came home late from work. You standing by the door like the Gestapo. Don't you have a watch? Why didn't you call me? Why don't you smile? At least you have a husband, he came home in one piece. He didn't go to the Super Bowl. He went to work. Why can't you say, Shalom, how are you? And then you say, you know, it's going to be much more pleasant. If you're gonna come on time, we'll have more pleasant time together. What's wrong with this? What's wrong? All the machlokot is starting there. Don't we want a happy home?
Yes, Rav.
How? What's the formula?
You have to create an atmosphere of happiness and good words, calmness. Don't get excited over anything. Speaking good things, not being upset with other people or talking negatively. There's plenty to do. Plenty to do. Actually, my children still call us, our children should call us every day. We're still working at speaking positively with them and complimenting them. You know, what they're doing in their work. And we don't like say, oh, you should have done this with your child, or you're not working hard enough. We just always positive of everything they're doing. You have to, even if they're having something a difficulty, or they went to the doctor and something wasn't, you have to be so encouraging to everybody you meet.
How pleasant is this to come to a house, everything is relaxed, quiet, everybody's saying nice things. But it sounds like a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's very much doable to everybody over here. We just have to make a switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have to find the key to switch over here, and then it's going to be very good.
Yeah, true.
I think also like surrounding yourself with other people who are encouraging, and then it just becomes natural to speak in an encouraging way.
Let me give you an example. Your kid, open up the closet, and whatever was in the closet now is in the living room on the floor. Balagan. You can, you taking the child, you put him aside. What did you do? Now, let me tell you what a good eye means. Baruch Hashem, I have a child that knows how to make a balagan. He is active, Baruch Hashem. He is not handicapped. So he made some balagan. Okay. But how many times did you kiss him during the day? Right? How many times you hugging this child? So he did something wrong. Okay. Still a child. Still a child, my grandchildren over here, when I'm not in the room, right over here, okay? Saba is not in the room, all my books, you know, I'm coming, I see no floor, you see only books. I said, one man taking the book, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. So it's pleasant. Not screaming at them, not yelling at them. I smile at them. And it's my books, you know, my books. It's my books. No. We have to change. The whole house will change. I'm telling you, you're going to see changes, radical ones. But we have to work on it. Let's say if the child, you told them to help, and he is helping you. But much you should not stop. You say, everybody look at Chaim, the tzaddik, he's Baal Chesed, he's helping Ima, me as a mitzvah boy. In the Shammai will get such a reward, such a good heart. And then you say to your husband, look at our son, look how good he is. He took 2 plates to the kitchen. That's it. Come on. Then he wants to do it. He loves to do it. You know what? Let's do this. Put your phone on the tape, okay? And when the kid's coming home from school, start to record. And when they're going to sleep, listen to the record and start to analyze it. How much criticizing was there and how much nice words were there. I think we're all gonna get scared. I think we're all gonna get scared. But it's a good start. When you hear what you're saying, you're gonna start to watch. And then you tape another day and another day. People, now after a while, take the first one and take the new one. It's like 2 different people talking. Don't forget, the kids need it, even more than food. They need food for the neshama. Only the parents can do it. So, we have a job to do. Let's do it. We can do it. We're not going to give up, right? The message yesterday was, we don't give up until we reach what we want to reach. There's a mission. We have to reach it. It's doable, it's possible. You all can do it. Everybody else can do it. Just we have to work on ourselves. Okay, so good. At least we have something to work on, no? You know, in my building, I have a high school. I have a high school that kids that they cannot go to any yeshiva. ממש you see, kids in trouble. Every time they pass by me, they stop, smile at me. I know where I'm off. I said, how are you, Tzaddik? You have such a good neshama, you're a Jew. Don't forget, when you go to the classroom, don't forget who you are. You're a very important child. I want you to know that. Every day I see them. Every day I go, I kiss them. That's what they need. They need someone to appreciate them. And I'm saying to the Rabbeim, the young ones, don't scream at them. This will do much better job. You should love them because they're good. They're good. They have a Jewish neshama there. How can they be bad? Impossible. But we don't know how to bring it out. Somebody once said a bad word. A bad word. So I called them over and I said, "Brother, come here." I smiled at him and said, "Come, sit next to me." I hugged him and I said to his ear, "You know, you have such a neshama. You know, the same way that you say bad word, you can say very nice words. Okay, so let's do this. From now on, you'll say only nice words." I'm telling you, this child, from that moment on, he changed completely. Every time he sees me, he says, I didn't say one bad word today. That's what they need. Let's do it. Okay? So, tomorrow we will learn how to make a good atmosphere at home. To create a nice atmosphere. So everybody will want to be home. Very important.
Yes.
Today, unfortunately, the house is only in and out, people coming, going, coming. They don't want to stay home. They don't want to stay home. We have to create a place that nobody wants to leave. They want to stay home. It's so pleasant to stay home. That's the topic for tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Okay? Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Very
Thank you.
nice.
I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock in Hashem.
Oh, good.
Yes, we'll be
Good.
coming back.
Rabbi.
We'll be coming back
Good.
1 o'clock.
Sounds good.
And whoever is not able to be at 1 o'clock, I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Have a
all
good
your
night.
time.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.